Let's do this. Here you go. Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
He said, I still got it. I remember. He said,
Easy for me. You guys.
Cleveland Cavs, Milwaukee. Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Well, you laugh just like your daddy. Man.
Everyone says that.
Man, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
you know,
You ain't even
Keith.
tried it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or he'll call places. Hey, you know Desmond? That's my son. Oh my gosh, it's great. You sound like him.
Can I change your mind? Can I change your mind?
What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Desmond Reynolds, aka The Peacekeeper. And we're sitting here today with another great guest, a great man, a very accomplished man, athletic man. So I'm so excited to introduce this person to you, and above all, family to me as well. So it's an honor to have this person here today. So let me go ahead and get into the introduction and just see what you're getting into for this great episode today. We got from Portland, Oregon, Grant High School, first round draft pick, 11th overall with the Cleveland Cavaliers, two-time NBA All-Star, 97 NBA Sports Award winner, NBA second all-rookie team, scored 9,994 points in the league, two-time first-team Pac-10 and 91 Pac-10 Player of the Year. Sports Illustrated cover magazine title saying the best point guard in the NBA at the time. And above all, a great father, Terrell Brandon.
What's up, Dad? Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, it's nice. The first guest, I could just look up on Wikipedia and get what I got to get.
Show you right, man. Glad to be here, man.
Thank you.
I really
Thank
am.
you for taking time out of your day. That's
Thank
the
you,
most
Dad.
precious thing we can give is time. So appreciate you doing that.
Absolutely, man. It's a pleasure, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. How you been? How's life?
I'm good, man. Taking care of my kids.
There you go.
Got 3 kids. I got a 33-year-old.
Dang.
And so I had him right here in Eugene.
Did you? Okay.
And so I was 20 years old when my son Trevor was born.
Okay.
And then I have my son Terrell Jr. He's 15.
Oh, word.
And my daughter Ava, she's 13.
Dang. Okay.
So 33 and then 15. He's a sophomore.
Okay.
And then my daughter's in the 8th grade. So
Gotcha.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, you doing great. You
Absolutely.
busy.
Yes, extremely.
Man, are they all? Did they all go to Grant like you? Are they going to Grant or?
My son, he goes to De La Salle.
Oh, okay. Bet.
And so that's a great high school.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to have to feel like they had the pressure of going to the high school that I went to. So
That you went to.
actually, my oldest son, he went to Grant.
Word.
But my daughter, she's going to Benson High School. So they don't have to see in my picture and have to, get the pressures of, be like your dad and all that. They have their own path. So I'm appreciative of that.
That's true. That's amazing you say that because that pressure is real.
Absolutely.
I sent myself to my dad's high school. I did a year of a different school, and then I sent myself to his high school. Mm-hmm. And man, I was like, bro, you really was that dude right there.
Oh my God, man! He jumped out the gym. We can talk about your dad, of course. That's my bro, but
of course,
I mean, he's a legend here, and we was hearing about him in Portland, the whole time, in grade school and high school, and they kept saying, man,
just how good of a
Keith
hooper.
Reynolds, who's this Keith Reynolds?
Oh,
but see, being from the church, I knew your grandma, my mother, and so I've been coming down here, and dealing with the Shankles ever since I was a kid. So I knew who Keith was. I knew who Pat was, all your uncles and aunties and all that. So it was kind of easier for me. But the neighborhood was like, man, who's this dude with the Jerry curl?
Right,
You know what I'm saying? It was like, man, that's Keith Reynolds, man. He was like, man, he's cold-blooded with that left hand. I'm like, absolutely.
Gosh, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
you knew Pops even before you guys start teaming up together.
Absolutely.
That's
I
great.
knew him as a kid. We used to come down here and stay at his house, and your grandma and your grandpa would, rest in peace. He would, they always took care of me and embraced me.
Absolutely.
Even before I even came to the University of Oregon, they
Gotcha.
always did that. That's what family's about.
Exactly.
And then once I got down here, I was in heaven, man, because I can go to the house and eat and chill out, and and Pops would get on me a little bit, like, man, hey man, step up a little bit on that hoop game too.
Hey.
So it was real cool.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Most definitely, man. That's so awesome, T. I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
When you was coming up with hooping, like Grant High School and stuff, how did you know you was that dude? Like, did it hit you like, I could take this to the league, or when did it hit, and how did you know, like, oh, I could go far with this?
It was a trip because, growing up in the neighborhood, when you a freshman, you play freshman basketball.
Okay.
So, you don't get the opportunity maybe to play varsity or JV. And so when I got the opportunity to play freshman, I was happy. Okay. And then they elevated me to be on the JV as a freshman, and that was like a big deal.
That's a big deal.
You know what I'm saying? So because you only play four quarters.
Man.
So I would play 2 quarters of freshman and 2 quarters of JV.
Okay.
Once I started to elevate like that, I started to think like maybe something can happen. You don't know, because we all have a dream. We all want to go pro. We all want to be like Dr. J. Julius Erving. We all want to be like, George Gervin, Iceman.
Most definitely.
But once you get the opportunity to play varsity, that's when it kind of kicks in. In my sophomore year, we was able to win a championship in '86. We beat Corvallis in '86. Once we won a championship, and now you become the man after that. That's when it kind of kicks in. Like, maybe my future is there.
You can do that.
Yeah. But I want to go to college. We want to get a scholarship to college, and Oregon was always my number one choice as a kid.
How come you never wanted to just leave the state, leave home, and be like, look, I'm going to sunny Arizona, California? Like, did you have other offers from them?
Absolutely. UNLV, Iowa. I had other places. I went to other places. But when I was a kid, I used to watch KPTV Channel 12 in Portland.
Okay.
And they always played the Oregon Duck games on Thursday and Saturday.
Gotcha.
And so, no disrespect to Oregon State, but I just wasn't drawn to Oregon State. You know what I'm saying? We used to call them Halloween colors with that orange and black. You know what I'm saying? But I used to watch the pregame, and they would have like Greg Ballard and Stan Love, Kevin Love's daddy, and
Stan Love, yes.
and they would show, because we had the first NCAA championship in the history of basketball. NCAA came from the University of Oregon. We got the first one.
I didn't know that. That's
absolutely crazy. So I used to watch the pregame. Right. And they would have the great Anthony Taylor, and they would have like the Oregon Duck, as I'm representing now, with the wristbands with the numbers on them.
Oh yeah.
And so I would tell my dad, I want one of them. And he would say, all right, boy, well, just keep playing, and we'll see what happens. So even though other universities were coming at me, I knew where I wanted to go. I mean, I remember Joey Tarkanian when I went to UNLV on the recruiting trip. And he said to me, this is the most wasted, expensive recruiting you ever had, because we know Don Munson have you wrapped up on his finger around his wrist, because everybody knew that I wanted to go to the University of Oregon.
Most definitely.
And when they offered me our scholarship, I made sure that I came to Eugene last, because I knew where I wanted to go.
You knew where your heart was.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Hometown hero.
Thank you.
Hometown hero. Appreciate that's huge. Not many people got out of Oregon and went to the league either. So
appreciate that.
Most definitely. Real recognized, real T.
Thank you, Des. Thank you.
How did you, growing up, did you have doubters, haters, anyone that tried to hold you back? And if you did, how did you navigate that? How did you stay focused?
It was, when you're the smallest all the time on the court.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11" on the good day, and 6 feet depends on what type of shoes I have on.
When we was taking pictures, we was right here. I'm
You know
about
what I'm
5'10",
saying?
5'11".
Yeah, so it depends on how I stretch out real good.
Most
But when you a kid, you have people kind of doubting you all the time. So it was, they was encouraging me, stay in there, Terrell, but have something to fall back on.
See.
It was always kind of like a doubt.
Gotcha.
You win the MVP in Snohomish, Washington, but that's good, but have something to fall back on. And I kept wondering why people keep saying that about me.
Right.
And my dad said to me, he said, he saw something in me, and he said, come here for a minute. He said, you see these trophies that you've been giving me all these years? He said, they all say MVP. I said, yes, sir. He said, I see something in you that you don't see in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't make it. You reach for the stars. And when you see a star, you go above that. Don't let nobody put that pressure on you.
Wow.
And when you're a preacher's kid too, because my dad's a pastor, assistant pastor of the church,
Amen.
people you're going to be a preacher like your dad, aren't you? They ask you a question and then try to answer it.
Right.
And when you're in that situation, you're torn. And my dad told me, he said, have I ever encouraged you to be like me? I said, no. He said, what did I say? And he said, I want you to be better than me. He said, you have a talent. And so he taught me how to do an interview as a kid. I mean, he taught me everything about the game. And he said, you have something different. He said, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be like yourself.
That's amazing.
And so I think that's one of the reasons why I did make it is because that pressure of growing up in the church and trying to put that pressure on me to be like so-and-so. My parents never did that. They always told me to be myself.
Be yourself. Yeah. And see, that's amazing. That's so important to a kid because you get those people. They look, you 5'10", 5'11". What you going to do against Hakeem Olajuwon? What you going to do against Shaq?
Oh, yeah.
What you going to do against Scottie Pippen?
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. But it's a trip. You said that because my dad used to put a broom up and he would tell me to shoot over the broom.
Wow.
And so I would imagine this is a guy who was taller than me. And I always wonder why he would do that. And then years later, like you say, playing against Patrick Ewing or Rich Smits or Shaquille O'Neal, and I had to get that ball up over them.
Wow.
But still have a touch because I'm a mid-range guy. For sure. So you got to get the ball up and still try to make the shot. So I appreciate my dad schooling me as this young dude and didn't even know what he was doing at the time.
Isn't that crazy how that's powerful? It's crazy how fathers and mothers can give you this tool. It might not be the tool you need at that moment, but down the road, it comes in.
It's amazing. I mean, my mom, rest in peace, she's been gone for 6 years. Oh. And some of the things that she's been saying to me as a kid, I'm still memorizing some of those great advices that she's been giving me.
Man.
And my sister, Tracy Brandon, much respect. Man. And my dad, Charlie Brandon. Hey. I mean, it's amazing how, fathers and mothers and sisters and aunties and grandmothers, they can give you that advice. And when you're a kid, you're like, okay. And then all of a sudden down the line, you go, you know what? Thank you.
I've walked in on Pops a few times, T, and I'm like, hey, you remember a couple years ago you told me this, this, and this? Thank you. He's like, I told you?
Yeah.
You're like, man, you that really got me through this.
You know what, Des? It's funny you said that because I reminded my dad of something he told me. And he said to me, he said, well, I'm 83 years old. I can't remember everything that I taught you. And so, you know what I said to him?
What you say?
I said, Dad, you know what? I said, I appreciate you saying that, but it's not your job to remember everything you taught me.
Most definitely.
It's my job to remember everything you taught me. Oh. And my dad grabbed me. He's like, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I got to shake your hand on that. That's, oh, my goodness.
Right on.
That gave me chills right there. That's real talk.
Absolutely.
It's true. It's powerful.
Yes.
On the flip side, I know everyone says, oh, yeah, listen to your parents. If you got loving parents, caring parents, listen to them. how important is it for a young kid coming up hooping and stuff? Because of course, someone going to listen to this, or any athlete. How important is it for them to heed that knowledge they get from their parents, to listen and take in that love and lean into what their parents are trying to do for them?
Yeah, an athlete's different.
Is
An athlete, when you're a kid, they may go through the grocery store and go. And people might think that the athlete is crazy, but he's just mimicking, what he see on TV, and he's doing a layup,
right,
or he's going like this in the past. It's from football. It's very important that parents understand the kids.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
And parents really, live to your kids in a certain perspective, but let your kids experience what God has for them for the future. Just support them.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's really important for parents to know the kids. And then also, when kids are growing up, pay attention to your parents.
Pay attention to the parents, man.
They're working hard to make sure that you have those shoes and have that wristband and have certain things that you have and the luxuries that you, as you get older, you find out how difficult it is really to be an adult.
Exactly. It's huge. I think that's so good, because I look now, and kids nowadays, they're quick to forget that all these devices, all these things, and it's like, man, you gotta take care of home, take care of the parents. If you got your parents, honor them.
Absolutely.
Because they, as you just said, they give back.
Oh yeah.
You shoot in a jump shot over Shaq, and you're like, oh, dad's umbrella. It's powerful.
Oh yeah. And times change too. I didn't get the cell phone until 1991.
Man.
We had to go to the phone booth.
Man, was it a flip phone?
Have a quarter and call people. I had to call your dad from the phone booth, man. Get 10 cents or 25 cents, because we had a pager. We grew up in the pager, the beeper.
Right.
So, I'll beep your dad, he'll call.
Got to run up to the payphone?
Yeah. He would tell me, I'll beep him.
Yep.
And he'll tell me where he's at. And then I got to call him. And then say, man, where you at? And then that's how you kick it.
That's wild.
So times change, man, and that was normal,
right?
When we was growing up in the 80s and 90s, it was nothing. But as time go on, iPads come out. Things go down, and megabytes of computers increase, and technology. You have to stay current. So,
are you glad you came up in the era you came up in, or do you wish you came up in this era?
No, I'm glad I came up in the era that I came up in, but I'm glad that I was able to live in this era too.
Most def.
I can relate to the younger in the generation that's like, okay, we heard about that, or we don't care about that. And then you can go, well, no, I grew up on cassette tapes and Walkmans, and they're going, what? Okay, well, we can Google things now.
Man.
We don't have to go to the library like we had to do and get index cards and see if the book is in.
Right.
Now we can just go to our phone and just...
It's just right there.
And here it is. And they can go, so I can show my kids about Betamax. I can show them about, things that we went through and the technology. And when, I remember when Miss Pac-Man came out in 1981. I was 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, and like, what? And I'm like, I remember that. That was a big deal.
And as an athlete too, I'm sure it's a blessing in disguise, because you still had a little bit of mystique to you. Like, I'm sure people would see you and be like, oh, Terrell Brandon. But you can still get away sometimes instead of having cameras on you 24/7. So I know that part though, because I'd be burned with that.
You know what? The luxury is being 5'10", 5'11". Is a good thing to be in. For
real? How come?
Because when I played against or played with players, and people would see I say Kevin Garnett or Larry Nance, and they're real tall, your dad, and all of a sudden, people automatically think that they play basketball, so they would make comments like, how's the weather up there? Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And, you must play basketball and stuff like that. Yeah. But me, it's like, if you don't really know how to play a hoop, I could walk in anywhere and just be like, what's up? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? I want chicken strips and fries. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wrap.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's like and even when people do know, I try to be real personal with people over the years, approachable, that's for sure.
For sure.
And so, people come up to me and what's up and want to talk about basketball, and Yeah, let's talk about basketball.
For sure.
Every time I leave the house, I have to understand something, that there's a new fan that I might meet, even though I don't play basketball anymore.
Wow.
So I'll never leave the house going, I don't want to talk about basketball.
Got you.
Because there may be somebody who say, man, what you think about this? Or how was it playing against Michael Jordan?
Absolutely.
I have to be prepared for that and not be an a-hole and be like, man, I don't want to talk about hoop today.
Absolutely.
No, I want to talk about hoop all the time. That was my life.
Man.
Yes.
That's why you won that award that in '97. The what was it?
Oh, the sportsmanship award.
Sportsmanship award.
Yes,
that
thank
makes
you.
sense.
Thank
man.
you. Thank
For
you.
real. That is huge. I was watching a show. What was it? Little Rock. It was like The Rock growing up.
Okay.
Dwayne Johnson. And there
Yes.
was this scene. It's crazy you said what you just said. There was this scene, he was at dinner because the show depicts his life growing up. And so as he was coming up and wrestling, he was at dinner with his lady. Fan comes up to him. We love you. You're doing amazing. Thank you. He was a jerk to him. And this show is, based off true events, he recalls. Wow. And his wife was like, hey, she was like, you can change that man's life right now.
Absolutely.
And so he goes up to him, hey, I just want to take some pictures, sign some stuff, let you know I appreciate you, but change the dude's life. Yeah. And it's powerful for you to recognize it.
I met a gentleman the other day, and he goes like this with his phone, and it's a picture of him and I when I was in college here in Eugene. Wow. And I was signing an autograph.
Oh, that's wild.
And I go,
yo,
I got a flat top with a part, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, and I'm like, how old are you now? And he told me how old he was. I'm like, man, he was like, man, I was like 7 years old right here. Man. But those things matter. You know what I'm saying? It only takes that 3 seconds is a lifetime for people.
Most definitely.
And if you're going to have 3 seconds for somebody, I mean, wow, man, you're an awful busy person.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? God, I'll tell you this, Des.
What up?
In the NBA, when I finally found out how important it was somebody was shooting a free throw my rookie year. Mm-hmm. And so I would always just look around the crowd. And I was looking at the crowd and I saw a family of 5. Mm. Okay? It was a mother and a father. They were eating hot dogs, but they were watching the game like this. One of the kids was doing homework.
What?
One of the kids was into it like this, like Peyton Manning, like, just into it,
just locked in.
Locked in. And the other kid was going like this, blowing bubbles. Right? So I'm looking at this and I'm going, wait a minute. This family of 5 pay for these tickets. Mm-hmm. They're doing their homework at the game. Mm. They're eating dinner at the game.
Most definitely.
Okay? They're falling asleep at the game. Mm. So I have a responsibility to, when they get in the car, I want one of these kids to go, who was that Brandon guy who's my height, or I might be his height.
Most definitely.
When I get older, I want the mother to go, who's that kid? Who is he?
Most definitely.
So these are different fans, and so I always have appreciation for families to be able to take their time out, pay their hard-earned money. Mm-hmm. And this is a life. Sports, people understand. Sports is life to a lot of people in the world.
Most definitely.
So that's something that I paid attention to early.
That's powerful. That's powerful for you to heed that sign. Is it like, and you thinking too, like your profession, it's a hard job, and at the same time, did it ever just hit you like, I'm getting played, like you're drafted in the NBA. Mm-hmm. I'm getting paid to play ball. I'm getting paid to do something that I'm just really good at. Was it just like crazy to you that you didn't have to clock in on the 9 to 5 like those fans had to? And you're like, I'm over here hooping, performing in front of people, doing something I love.
At first, it was like that. It was strictly, I'm so happy to be in the league. Mm-hmm. I was the first player to ever come out of Oregon as an underclassman.
Really?
So that was a privilege,
wow.
And so I was thinking more in those lines. But then all of a sudden, when you have, my mother not working anymore, get off your job.
How'd that feel?
Oh my God. I went actually to the cleaners where she worked and told her to get her purse. And I said, you'll never work again as long as you live or I live, you'll never work again.
Man.
And she never worked all the years. She died at 73, but never worked again. Now, my dad, he was like, always take care of your mama. He said, but I'm retiring myself. I'm not working all this time. You retired me. So my dad worked, my first 4 years in the league, my dad was still working. And
Honorable, man.
Yep, he retired.
Honorable,
Going to my
man.
5th year in the league, that's when he retired.
See who just walked in?
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy.
TB!
There he is.
You guys go ahead, lock up, shoot. Always, you know that.
Yes, sir. There he is.
That's the man. What's up, kid? Big T, what's up?
Go on, big bro. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Oh my goodness.
That's right.
To let moms know that's, I mean, how many people would, God, how many people want to do that, man?
Yeah.
And for you to be blessed with that?
Yeah. It's the biggest honor of my life, man, to sit up and go, Mom, you never work again.
Man.
And then other things, you want to spoil your mama. If you're not a mama's boy, something wrong.
Oh,
with you.
yeah.
So,
How'd you have to do that? Here's the crib. Here's what.
Oh, yeah. Well, we stayed in the same house, but my sister and I, we redid it.
Okay.
Got stuff off the walls and, put the whole structure of the house.
Most definitely.
Did some other things and made it more of a modern and current, you know what I'm saying? And they put an elevator in there because they're getting older. They didn't want to do it at all.
Right.
Like, well, elevator, that's too, I was like, okay, we'll see.
We see. You're going to have an elevator just in case.
And also they got older and it was
we got NBA money. It's cool.
They got older and it was like, oh, we need this. All of a sudden, my dad's 83 now, so now he's taking advantage of it. So my sister and I, we were kind of looking ahead, making sure that we take care of them.
Man.
But it feels good, man, that you can be able to, take your parents to dinner and pay for it.
Right.
Or just things you think they're small, or travel, have them go somewhere and you be able to pay for it.
Wow.
Their expenses and pay for their tickets and stuff like that.
Most definitely.
Those type of things. I always knew that I can't repay my parents for what they done for me.
Absolutely.
There's no way I can do that.
Absolutely.
But what I can do is tell them how much I appreciate them.
For sure. That's amazing. It's amazing. I love how you describe it with the money. It's like it was a tool for you to give back, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just a goal. It was just a tool to.
Absolutely. And there was always a community people too. So it wasn't just for the family, but it was also giving back to North and Northeast Portland.
Most
That's
definitely.
something I've always tried to do too. Because I saw them do it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
How was your? I gotta ask. How was your no game? Because I know people came up to Terrell. Let me hold something. Let me get some money. Boom, boom, boom. Was there a lot of stiff arming? Like, hey, man, like.
It was some, but you have to live and learn too.
Got you.
And you do have people who you want to help. And so to say that I never said, okay, go ahead, or here you go. Of course. I've done it many times.
Of course.
But then over time, certain things happen. Sometimes you get it back. Sometimes you don't. And so you have to learn, like, okay, Terrell, this only lasts for a certain amount of time. And if you don't get it back, you just can't keep getting your hand burnt. You have to be smart about it.
For sure.
But of course, people who've done so many things for us as a family, people across the street who we used to go and get ketchup or get mustard or sugar, stuff like that. You want to come back, as a kid, as an adult and say, thank you for everything you've done. Here's so-and-so, so-and-so. So, of course. And then the church, when I grew up in the church.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly the Church of God in Christ,
Absolutely.
we always give back. So that was just implanted in me. So, I don't count that.
That's just must. That's required right
absolutely.
there.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So coming back, we got to get to the NBA talk. You coming back, you on draft night, number 11. Was it just crazy to you? Was it just amazing to walk across that stage and just say, wow, this the ultimate goal right here, like make it to the league?
Yeah.
Was it just?
It was. I had worked out for like 15 teams before that. You know what I'm saying? So coming out of Oregon, it wasn't the prominent program like it is now.
See,
you know what I'm saying? We had to start from scratch, you know what I'm saying? And kind of really, your dad and I, we had to kind of rebuild everything up all over again from when it was back in the day. And so
It was a little rough back then.
Oh yeah. So just coming from Oregon, it wasn't like Gary Payton at Oregon State or Pac-10 players with the Arizona or Stanford.
Most
I
definitely.
mean, I really had to put Oregon on the map real quick. You know what I'm saying?
For
Because
sure.
we didn't have a whole lot.
For sure.
But once I got there, once I got to the draft, I felt like I belonged.
You just knew. It was like, this is it.
I felt like once I got a fax from Tippy, our secretary, and said you got invited to the NBA draft in New York. That was I couldn't believe it when I was reading it, And you get your suit together. I got everything together in Portland, and you know what I'm saying. And my suit was, if anybody see it, it was local too.
Oh,
So
okay.
everything I got was in the neighborhood of North and Northeast Portland.
Okay, Joe, we're
Tie,
gonna have to
shirt.
put a draft night picture up.
So
Joe.
y'all check
We're gonna have
that
to do a
out.
draft- Not right now, but on
Got
the
that
edit.
from a swap meet. Got that from a swap meet.
What?
In Northeast Portland.
Dang.
Yeah, absolutely.
What color was the suit?
It was like more of kind of this color right here, more of a tan.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yeah. I kind of want to stand out a little bit. But I'll never forget, they say, when David Stern said, with the 11th pick in the 1991 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Terrell Brandon out of the University of Oregon.
Man.
It felt like every player who I played with, and the players from the past of Oregon, and then coming up, it seemed like that feeling that I took everybody with me.
Ooh,
I didn't feel like I went.
Right,
But
right.
I feel like we went.
We went. We
You know
did.
what I'm saying? So it was more of a we than us. It wasn't really a Terrell Brandon. That's how I always felt.
Most definitely. I always say you go further together anyways.
Definitely.
You go further together.
That's right.
So you get to the Cavs, get to hooping. What was your welcome to the NBA moment hoop-wise? What was something that you was like, oh, this guy got me good right here?
Well, I'll tell you first. The first was the first day of training camp. I'm excited, nervous. It's like going to school for your first day.
When does training camp start? Is it like September, no, August?
It was October at the time.
Oh, okay.
So when you go to school, you put up your pants and your shirt,
Yeah.
and your socks and your shoes and everything.
you have it all ready.
Because you're excited for the first day.
For
you know what I'm
sure,
saying?
for sure.
So I'm excited and everything, and I get my ankles taped, and I'm last. I got to be there early and do the Gatorade, and I got to make sure everything, the towels and the basketballs. I got to do all this stuff, and I put my shoes on. It was the Forces, the Nike, and I hear a. So I looked. I was like, okay, well maybe they just brand new shoes. So then I looked up and I can see all my teammates going. I said something's going on. I put the other shoe on. I said, what's up? I take my shoe off and there's mustard and mayonnaise and ketchup all in my shoe.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah, so that was my first rookie hazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all the guys was laughing. Welcome to the league, man. Welcome to the league. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is what's up. With those Jerry West socks on. And then, but my first game was here in Eugene. We played Portland Trailblazers.
Oh,
First preseason game.
at Matthew Knight.
That's right.
Man, okay.
No, at Matt Court.
I mean Matt Court.
At Matt Court.
Man,
And played against Terry Porter, man, and he was the first person who whooped my butt.
dang.
Yep, Terry Porter.
Was it just like, because I know in college, like, okay, I got a good hand on this. Was it like, dang, this dude next level? Like, this is crazy.
It's the hand checking rules. This is 91. So you can actually grab somebody's waist and tell them what to go defensively.
Most deaf.
You know what I'm saying? And referee is looking at you like, what?
Yeah, whatever.
And so I'm looking at, the referee. He's like, get him off.
College, you wasn't doing that.
No, you
wow.
get them off and, you do your thing.
Right,
But
okay.
In the pros, they was like really
Just gonna
grabbing
stay
you.
right here. Was he strong?
Oh, he was way stronger than me. But what I learned is this bone right here. And so what I would do is I would go pop and get them off of me.
Gotcha.
And so over time, third quarter, fourth quarter,
A hand sore.
it go from there to.
They like,
And so I had to learn, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get people, so Derek Harper, Terry Porter, Alvin Robinson, these guys, man, they were they were playing aggressive.
Man.
And you know, Rod Strickland, all these guys, you know, Gary Payton, they would just put your hands on you.
Man.
John Stockton. And so you got to get them off of you and get the respect early.
Most definitely.
Got to get the respect early.
With you and GP, because I know y'all have battles in Oregon. I mean, I hear all the war stories with y'all. Would y'all see, when you see each other in the league, was it like, yeah, what's up, man? It's like, what's up?
The first time I played against, he was with Seattle Supersonics.
Okay.
And so I thought I was doing something creative, and he was the same way. We played against each other, and I had my Oregon shorts on underneath my Cavalier shorts. And so remember, I'm backing up Mark Price. I'm not starting at this time. You know?
Oh, okay. You back
yeah. And so, you know, he's a man. And so I come into the game second quarter, and I'm excited, you know. And I look at him, you know how GP is. He's looking at you all crazy.
You got that DMX mug.
Yeah, oh, yeah. So I go, and I pull my shorts up. He see the O. He was like, he pulled his shorts down and had the Oregon State shorts underneath. You mother. I thought I had them too. He was like, But every time we played against each other, he always has Oregon State shorts on.
Dang.
And I always have my Oregon Duck shorts on.
That's wild,
Yeah,
man.
underneath, yeah. but he really taught me a lot.
He did.
I was a prop 48 my freshman year. And so I couldn't play. I was academically ineligible.
Oh, wow.
And so I would listen to the radio all the time.
Okay.
And so he was kind of my blueprint. You know, Gary, they would say, Oregon State Beavers and Gary Payton is going to come out. And I was like, whoa, that's like, you know, prime time Deion Sanders. They used to say at Florida State. They would say Florida State University and prime time Deion Sanders. That's how large he was.
Dang.
So I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I would just see how he would orchestrate everything. And I said, next year I have to play against him. So, you know, he's 6'4", I'm 5'10", 5'11" on the good day. How am I going to be able to incorporate this? So he was a great blueprint for me.
Dang.
And your dad, of course.
And Pops, of course, most definitely. Dang. Who was more a better smack talker, him or MJ? You know I got to ask the Jordan questions.
GP or MJ?
Yeah. Who talk more smack, you think?
MJ made up stuff that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he would say something like, I heard that you said something about something and it was not even true at all.
Be like,
it was like, man, what are you talking about? I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Right. GP was more like, okay, if I'm doing you doing me right now. Oh, for real? So he was like more right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with the facts. What's happening right
now? He
right.
come from straight from the West. You know, Jordan was a manipulator. He would just make up stuff and act like, you know, say somebody talked about his mama and nobody didn't, but he would take it out on you. Yeah.
It sounded like that story Pierce said about Kevin Garnett. I know you played with KG. Yeah. He said KG was in Dallas. He said, Dirk, keep calling me the N-word. And Pierce was like, bruh, he ain't saying it. No. And KG was like, yo, he's saying it in German. He's saying it. And Pierce said, nah, K, that ain't. He said, nah, bro.
KG, let me tell you a KG story.
Oh, Lord.
He called me one night, and he's like, you busy? I'm like, man, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you know, sleep. What's up? He said, I need to come to the house. Click.
Kevin Garnett did.
So I'm like, never done this. So remember, Google is not out, so I got to call information and see where he lives, because I know his address. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't know about that now.
Yeah, I don't. Dang.
Just ask your parents about this. You know, you got to call the operator and get the information, and write the information down.
Wow.
Where he lived.
And so you, real quick, you in Minnesota, just so I've got the perspective. You're in Minnesota at this time.
Absolutely.
And so you're more of a vet this time.
Oh, yeah. It's like my 9th year in the league.
And he's a rook?
No, he's probably about 4th, because remember, he came out early.
Oh,
so he's
high school.
He only about 23,
okay.
But it's like his 4th year in the league. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of like a young vet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And remember, it's freezing outside.
Minnesota.
Oh, my God. Another story.
Okay.
So I get to his house, and remember, it's like literally snow up to whatever. And I'm nervous because I don't know what's going on.
Right.
So, you know, we know you're nervous. You know, sorry everybody, but
Yeah,
you
you
know, I
good.
had to grab something real quick.
You had a tool. You had a tool with you.
Like, you know, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood, so I'm like,
Hey,
is everything cool?
yeah,
You know?
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Hey,
So I'm putting, you know, like, what's going on? Like, you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's outside like this with a white beater on.
Oh my goodness.
He just in it. So I get out the car. I said, "What's up, man?" And he said, "Turn the car off." Car off. So I'm like, "What's up?" I walk up. I said, "Man, everything cool?" He said, "Nah, man. You know we got San Antonio in a couple of days." Yeah. He had Tim Duncan floor mats. You know, you walk in somebody's house, the welcome mats.
Yeah.
He had Tim Duncan
Just right there.
on the front. A welcome
My
mat.
goodness.
He said, "Go to the snow and, man, get your Timberland boots, man, and put it on his face."
With that DMX mug.
So
Because
I
he
go-
man, he looked like DMX. KG, I'm sorry. I think of you in X, man.
Say, man, I know you don't have me here at no 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning for this.
Wow.
He's like, and he's dead serious. He hated Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan, anybody who challenged him or who really did him, he hated him because he respected him so much.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I feel you. I
Yeah,
feel you.
you
That,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that respect.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, so I go to the snow.
You go to the mat?
Yeah.
He start hyping you up.
He's
He's
like,
like,
all right.
yeah.
I said, man, that's it. He said, no, come to the back. So we go to the back. Remember, he on Minnetonka. Prince is over there. KG over here. They got mansions. I got a 2-bedroom. These guys
So
got,
it's a long come around here.
You know, man, watch Purple Rain. So this is Minnetonka. Okay, they got like enclave. This is like compounds, right?
Dang.
I go around to his crib and I'm like, what's going on? He has another one in the back. He said, yeah, hit that one too.
Another mat?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm like, so I go back there. I said, you good now? He said, no, man, come in. So we go in, he got like a nice theater. I'm like, ooh, dang, KG, you like this? And we start watching game film.
What time in the morning now?
So it's like 5 a.m.
Dang. You sleep over at this
And
point.
he's, TB, what you want me to do now? And we was rewinding. I said, well, first of all, call Flip and tell him we ain't got practice tomorrow. He said, what? I said, man, you're not going to have me here all day. And we got practice at 9 o'clock in the morning. I said, no, you gonna cancel this. You call Flip right now and tell him we're not coming to practice. Practice is off.
For
He
real.
calls Flip. I got TB here in the last 3 hours. We ain't have practice tomorrow. And Flip like, what you talking about? He's like, hey, man, it's KG. You know what I'm saying?
He's the franchise player.
It's a big ticket. We sat there until 7 o'clock in the morning,
Watch
going
him
over the
film.
pick and roll over and over again.
Man.
Avery Johnson guarding me. Tim Duncan or David Robinson is guarding him. He's asking me, what do you want me to do?
Wow.
I'm just rewinding it over and over and over. Going, I said, KG, you got to pop, man. You got to pop. You keep rolling. I said, man, you got a jumper. Pop. I'll just throw it to you. As soon as I go off, I'll just throw it to you.
Splash.
Yep. And then next game, KG.
Did y'all win it?
Don't quote me on that one. I don't remember that one.
Okay, we pulled that
But
one.
let's
up,
just
too.
say we
pulled
did.
that one. Okay, y'all got some numbers though. off
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
my
Definitely.
gosh.
Definitely.
That's wild. You know, I did get to meet David Robinson once. Cool cat. Cool
Yes.
cat. Admiral was cool. He was at his son's football tournament up in Portland. It was like the top 100 football players.
Oh, nice.
And I got committed Admiral for real. He walked up to him, wifey was like, come on, let's go. And just like you said, he said, come on, young man, let's take some pictures real quick.
That's all he is. Yes.
You know, cool cat. So I gotta say respect to him.
Definitely.
Man, that's a great story too.
Yeah,
I
thank
love
you,
that.
thank
KG, one of my favorite players. So
Oh man, best player I ever played with,
really.
other than your dad.
Hey, man, that's amazing. I always love KG's passion. It just how important was his energy in the locker room?
Yeah.
Because I feel like
I couldn't match his practice habits though, because the way he act is the way he practiced. So he'd be sweating full sweat in practice. I can't have that same energy in practice. I would get through practice.
Right.
But I wasn't a great practice player.
Gotcha.
Because I'm trying to save mine for this 38, 39, 40 minutes the next day that I got to play.
We got 82 games.
You know, we got
like,
82 games plus 8 exhibition games, so it's 100 games a year.
in playoffs.
Yeah, in playoffs. KG, man, he was like that all the time.
Wow.
And if we lost or something, you know, in the regular game, I mean, you know, in practice, he would kick the balls up in the stands and tell the rookies to go get them. Yeah, he was a poor sport, man, because he just loved, his competitive nature it was consistent.
For sure.
It was every single day.
When you saw him get a ring, was it like you earned that motherfucker?
Yeah,
like,
I called him up.
One of them
yeah,
dudes.
I called him immediately because it's a trip because our personalities it seemed like it's different, but his birthday is May 19th and mine May 20th.
Oh,
so
wow.
we both Tauruses.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I have a bull mentality in a quiet way. He has a bull mentality in a flamboyant way. So we always kind of got along.
Gotcha.
And I told him, I said, man, you know what, man? I said, I'm happy for you. You know, I'm not jealous of you. I wish we could have gotten close, but we couldn't beat the Lakers, and we couldn't beat San Antonio. We just couldn't beat them. They were just too good.
It was just good,
you know what I'm saying? I said, but I'm happy for you, man, and you know, keep it up. And he was like, man, you know, I think about you all the time, TV. And I was like, oh,
That's
dang,
awesome.
thanks, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, he definitely one of them players because I just don't see it as much in the league today as just all that heart and passion. Like he just every time, and that's what I loved about Kevin Garnett. I was like, bruh, he just every time it just brought it.
It was every day, man.
And that's so cool to hear.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's one of them brothers. I'm like, I'm glad he got one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
glad for sure.
Me too.
For sure.
Me too.
Who was one of your either favorite or toughest players to play against in the league?
You know, it was really all of them. Because, you know, when you 5'11", you know what I'm saying? Then you got to go against Penny Hardaway on Monday, and then Gary Payton on Tuesday.
Allen
And
Iverson.
then you got Allen Iverson on Thursday. Then you got John Stockton on Friday. Then you got Mookie Blaylock on Sunday. Then you got Nick Van Exel on Monday. Then you got Kevin Johnson on Wednesday.
Man.
And then you got, you know, Stephon Marbury on Thursday. I mean, and Damon Stoudemire on. So it's like, you know, you just keep going, and players are just it's so good, you know. And then the players that don't get the recognition, like a B.J. Armstrong or a Chris Childs, or players like that, those are the ones who will really whoop you.
They're the sneakers. They sneak up on you.
They was kind of like me, you know, the ones who kind of sneak up on you and end up whooping you, you know. So I never got to a point in which I say I got to get high for Gary, but don't get high for Avery Johnson, or get high for this player. Man, I don't have that luxury.
Gotcha.
I got to get high for everybody. I'm from Portland, and you know, not a lot of guys from my hood who go pro. So I got to stay right here all the time.
Staying locked in. That's important. That's important because so many people play down to their competition, and it's like, nah, bro.
I don't have that. I didn't have that luxury.
You don't have that luxury.
No,
Yeah,
I got to play high all the time.
Most deaf. You 5'10", 5'11". We gotta go.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yeah, and at this time they weren't coming for the double team. You know, like we was at Oregon. Like when we was at Oregon, they never came and said, "Okay, TV, we got you. You play everybody 1-on-1."
Oh, it's mono e-mono.
You know what I'm saying?
You. Okay,
so
yeah.
I'm like, man, Penny Hardaway is 6'9", man. Somebody come help me. I can't contest this shot. You know what I'm saying? But they tell you, you know, get them low. You know, force them out.
Right.
You know, and then contest the shot and see what happens.
Dang.
Yeah.
Circling back, because I mean, of course, you speaking of luxury, you had the luxury to play against MJ. I mean, let's just be real. It don't seem like you guys were always eye to eye or anything. It seemed like you were real competitors. How was it the first time running in and like, wow, this is the dude I've been hearing about for years. Like, it's that guy. How was that?
It's
or
a
were
trip
you
because
like,
when you have somebody on your wall, it was him and Sam Perkins on the Sports Illustrated that I had on my wall when I was at North Carolina.
Got you.
So when you look around, you know, every day and you see somebody on your wall, and then all of a sudden you play against them, it's a trip.
It's a trip.
And he's one of the few people, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. They're the only three guys that I ever watched when they came out the locker room.
Got you.
You know, before the game.
Why is
All they
that?
did because I couldn't believe it.
Just couldn't. Just
You know,
the aura.
Yeah.
The aura.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm ready for the play against Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? The parquet floor in Boston. You know, I can't wait till he come up those steps because you from the West Coast, it's a 3-hour difference.
For sure.
So before I go to Sunday school on Sunday at church, I was able to watch a little bit of East Coast basketball, Philadelphia, Boston, Cleveland, players like that, and they always on CBS. They always show the Boston Celtics no matter what.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing this, and the parquet floor don't look like it does on TV. Oh no, it's raggedy as hell. Man, I couldn't believe it, man. But when we played against Michael Jordan, it was like when he came out, the Bulls came out, okay? And he always came out last. And we in Cleveland, and our crowd is supposed to be for us, right?
Right.
When we came out, it was like the Bulls came out, it was, but then it was like, where's Michael? And then he would run up by himself. And so this is before cell phones with cameras, so people had actual cameras.
Man,
all right?
Jess.
So you just see flashes coming everywhere. And once he stepped on the court, man, it went from smiling to he was in the All-Star game, Pippen and Patrick Ewing and Scotty, they was all joking. And when we got to the court, he went from laughing like this to
just like a switch.
I mean, just like that. And the crowd's going crazy. And he just,
Jeez.
I mean, he was just an amazing a player to be around. And his competitive nature was just, we was in the All-Star game and we were losing in Cleveland at halftime.
And y'all on the same team,
We're on the
East.
same team. Yeah, both years. And we're losing at halftime. And Doug Collins was going to say something at halftime. He said, hold on, Doug. He said, hey, man, we sitting here with Terrell Brandon and his adopted hometown in Cleveland, man. Let's go, y'all. I need my money. The winner wins $14,000. The loser wins $10,000. I need my money. So, everybody looking like,
bruh,
like
you're up right now.
No
What?
offense, but you were. But remember, he got cut in high school.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So his mentality is, y'all think I'm Michael Jordan. I don't.
I'm the kid that got cut.
I'm the kid that got cut from in high school. So he always kept that edge, and he made all of us who played against him keep that edge too.
It's amazing. It's amazing. He said, I need that. See, man, that's why I miss those days.
And
man.
when we won, he was going, because when you win, a person comes in, you have to sign a waiver, and they take the taxes out.
Oh.
So you don't get the whole 14,000.
You about 7, 8.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
You know what I'm saying? And so, we got to sign the waiver. And he got his check. He's going. And he's dancing like it was, $1 million,
It's huge, though.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
That's
That's
man.
Michael. That's Michael, man.
And you playing against him, I got to ask, did you have to rip that poster off the wall? You're like, look, I'm against this dude now. Idol became the rival, or what? How'd you look at that? Look, for real, TB, how'd you look?
I didn't take it off the wall, but what it is Michael is like I say, he's a crazy manipulator. Once I became the captain of the team, you go out, and now I'm the young buck. Now I'm the captain.
Now you're the
That's
captain.
my 4th year. My 5th year coming. So it's Pippen and Michael.
Was that an all-star year?
Yeah.
Okay.
My first one.
First
So
one.
now you shaking hands. What's up, man? What's up, man? You go from Rook to what's up, young buck to Terrell. Now I'm TB. See what I'm saying? So it's you got
respect,
to earn it. You got to earn it.
Gotcha.
And he says, "How mom doing?"
Hey.
And so I said, "Oh, she doing cool, man." He said, "Tell her I said hi." I said, "All right." And when I walked off, he said, "Oh, I fell for it." I said, "I'll never do that again." The next time we saw, we shook hands in Chicago, and before I said, "Hey man, how mom doing?" To him, he's like, "Yeah, all right." See, he trying to butter you up.
Right,
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
So when you're on the court, you kind of like, he a cool guy. He
that's
got
about
40
my mama.
on me.
Like, man, you don't care about my mama, and I don't care about yours right now. Now on the court, after the game, how your mama doing?
Most
You know what I'm saying? On the court, you don't care about my mama. So that's how Michael is. He play head games with you.
Gotcha.
And if you fall for it, then obviously he got you.
Man,
Yeah.
that's wild, man. Yeah, because, you be like, hey, what's up? He my buddy. Nah, he got 30 on you. He ain't your buddy right there.
At the end of the third, he got 30.
Yeah, at the end of the third.
Yes.
So, I mean, hey, you're leveling up. You hit your next level in your blessings is all-star. You become an all-star now. How was that feeling for the first time? Terrell Brandon, I'm an all-star now. I'm one of the best in the league.
You can feel it. You can tell how your opponents are playing you now.
Really?
You know,
What you mean by that? What you mean?
Everything is
It's leveled up?
when you're young. You can tell, before the game they dancing the other side, and then when you come to all-star, they ain't dancing over there. They like, I got some work to do with Terrell Brandon tonight. So I'm looking at him like, you can dance on this music all you want, but I'm finna pick and roll you to death tonight.
Most definitely.
So you can tell the difference.
Right.
The handshake is, what's up, TV? Coming out.
Got you.
Or one of those, like, oh yeah.
So that energy
You
shit.
been watching film on me last night, huh?
Right,
I've been
right.
watching film on you too. So you kind of tell the respect that certain players just have for you as as your game evolves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Where was the first All-Star game for you? Was it Cleveland?
No, San Antonio.
San Antonio. Oh, okay. Baby.
Yeah, San Antonio.
That was, man, the All-Star games was lit. Y'all had some. Is that when you guys were rocking still your team jerseys, or were you guys?
We rocked my first one. We rocked the turquoise.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the turquoise uniforms, and we all had our own number.
Those was tough.
And then
those
the
were
second
so tough.
one, we all had our own jersey.
Had their own. Okay.
Yeah, so Penny Hardaway and I, we both wore number one, but he was in Orlando, I was in Cleveland, so everybody wore their own
That's
jersey.
dope.
That was fun.
That's super dope.
That was fun.
Man, them All-Star games. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Man.
it was competitive too.
And it was compared to now.
Oh yeah, the starter's supposed to set the tone. They supposed to do the behind the backs, and they supposed to laugh the first 3 or 4 minutes and turn the ball over and all that. But those of us that's sitting as reserves, we over there like this.
We know the war plan. Yeah, we know.
We got new fans coming that really don't know us. So I'm looking at Weber, and he like, "You ready, TV?" I'm like, "Man, please, I can't wait to Phil put me in."
We trying to win this.
Man,
Trying to get this 14 real
What
quick.
I'm saying? Because that's how it is. That's how you get your respect worldwide.
True.
Especially at the time when the NBA ticket had just came out. So players, people not seeing you on TNT unless the Lakers or Boston. So in Cleveland, I'm not getting that exposure.
Wow, that's crazy to hear. I mean, you in the league, but it's crazy to hear that. Like,
Yeah.
There's
So,
still levels to it.
It wasn't YouTube and all that stuff that y'all experiencing. We had to really
Go get that.
Sports Center was important to us.
Man, that's it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think on that topic, like with kids today, like with these NIL deals and stuff, do you think and nothing on their actual game, but does it water down the game at times? Just some of the things that are kind of handed out. I got to ask that tough question.
I think football is different than every other sport.
For sure.
Because football, I mean, you have a young man from Vegas who, Las Vegas is they're 4-0.
Right.
And he left the program because of an NIL.
Because of it.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think basketball and gymnastics and other sports, they kind of get their money, you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
But in football, you can play 4 games and then transfer to another university.
Oh, wow.
And then play 4 more games, then transfer to another university. So
that's wild.
Yeah, so I think things have changed.
For sure. It's just me being a fan of the game and loving the game. Like sometimes, and don't get me wrong, if I'm in the position to hoop, get paid, which I think that well deserved, but it's like as a fan, and sometimes it's like, ooh, you can tell this cat just getting his money and that's it. Where watching you guys back then, it's like these guys out here hooping, like their life depended
Let me tell
on
you
it.
something. Your dad and I was walking to the bookstore, and they have 21 jersey and number 10 jersey, his jersey and my jersey, and they have like 50 of them.
Word.
Okay, we go in maybe 2 months later, and there's like 5 left on both our joints.
Selling.
We ain't got a dime from
See,
this.
that's what's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like wow, man. I mean, we putting in this work, and we having that. These are like $50, $60 jerseys and hats with our faces on them and T-shirts, that your dad and I never even was able to recoup.
Right.
You know, so at that time we were like, dang. But then you fast forward 25, 30 years later, and now individuals are getting that. So now we can be proud and say we didn't get it, but we was able to withstand that, and now players are benefiting from what your dad and I went through.
Most definitely, yeah. That's true, 100%. I mean, these kids, you guys, everyone deserve to get paid from that.
Yes.
This is, it's you the product, you out there.
Oh yeah.
You putting your body on the line.
There's 10,000 people sitting in the arena
to see you.
And if they saying Keith Reynolds, I mean, dang,
like
you know what I'm saying? Like,
he don't get a check. Like what?
What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And but that's how it was. It was either it was under the table, it was illegal or whatever, or it was cold turkey. No,
shoot, get your bread, T. Shoot, get your bread, pops. I don't care. Secure that bag.
Yeah.
Y'all work too damn hard, man.
Yeah,
too damn hard.
Yeah, but that sound good now. But at that time, you had to like either be quiet, extremely, or not do it at all.
Got you.
Even though we know that we deserved it, it was still that respect. And your dad and I, we mamas and daddy's boys. So we got our pops and moms to deal with after this. You know what I'm saying?
And they gonna tell you go out there and do your thing.
Boy, have respect now for the last name, not just the front. You feel
For
me?
sure. For sure. T, I gotta ask. I got this question lined up. Circling back to the All-Star.
Yeah.
How's the parties, man? Was y'all turned?
Absolutely. Man, please. Oh yeah, I just square now. There's some things I did. I enjoyed myself. We was in San Antonio and Scottie Pippen had a party.
Oh, Scottie. Oh,
and so he was like, TB, I heard you don't go out that much, man, but come to my party tonight. And I was like, I had like 4 or 5 homies from PO, and I was like, yeah, man, no offense, but I got some, my homies is cool. He's like, yeah, I got you. Yeah. And went to the party, man, and it was off the hook, man.
Off the hook.
3,000-4,000 people sitting out at the party, man, enjoying themselves. And
it's amazing.
And seeing my teammates on the All-Star team that I really don't know. You don't know guys who you playing against.
Yeah, you guys didn't have social media back then. You couldn't communicate.
No. So, people act different when you see somebody with mustard and mayonnaise on their shirt.
Oh, word.
Their lip, when you eat with somebody, it changed. Your conversation is not about, crossing somebody up. It's like, how you doing and how's the family and where you from. And
for sure.
So you end up getting a chance to know my teammates. That was cool.
Man. What was some of the coolest celebs you ran into? I know you mentioned Prince earlier.
Yeah, man, Prince was, man, he was like a, man. But I saw him eventually when I went to Minnesota. Okay. He came to every home game.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he came to every home game. And okay. And I got to tell you this, man. I'm going to die one day, so I might as well tell you. So, the PR director came and said, man, after the game, Prince want to talk to you. And so, it's no offense, but, when the man, say you want to talk to you, you don't know, you kind of,
a little take it back.
Like, what?
But it's Prince, so it's like.
So, see what I'm saying? So I'm going like this, like, okay. So I go to my, and he says, I want you to come to the house, man. I want to talk to you about something. So I'm like,
To the crib.
To the crib, it's
to
kind of funny, like. So Kirby Puckett, the great Kirby Puckett, great Minnesota Twins great, he said, he heard it. He said, boy, take your butt over there. Like that. I said, all right. So I go over there and go to his crib, and he had the studios in his house, and I go into one, and Usher's in one of them singing. What? I go to another one, there's Janet Jackson in another one. I'm like, man, what? Yeah, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I'm like, man, what is going on? This is tight,
Right.
And like I said, he was in Minnetonka, so KG is on one side, and Minnetonka, Prince is on the other.
Wow.
And so he has 2 chairs out there. And it's during the playoffs, so the weather's better.
Okay, yeah, a little
and
more.
We sat there, and he asked me if I want something to drink. I said, no, I'm good. So I'm trying to figure out what he want with me. And he said, what is it like playing point guard? And I looked at him, I said, what? But I remember he played basketball in high school.
Man.
So I was like, hold on, Terrell. I think I know where he's coming. So I started telling him about the personalities that I deal with KG is like this, but Anthony Peter is like this. Or Wally Zerbick like this, but Coach Chauncey Billups is like this. And Malik Sealy, rest in peace, is like this. But, you know what I'm saying, Dean Garrett is like this. So I'm showing him all this, and he's going, yeah, I can relate to that because sometimes the drummer, he started going. And then he said sometimes the bass, and then sometimes the guitar, and he's applying everything from a point guard's perspective.
Got it.
So he was asking actually me, I mean, out of all people, about my perspective about being a point guard and orchestrating all these personalities, and he was relating it to what he go through with the time. Isn't that a trip?
That's a trip.
Yeah. So I got that opportunity to actually, you know, butt heads with him about that and
help him in his music career.
I don't know if I helped him, but he asked me my advice, you know, and I was just so privileged and honored that he would even ask me about something like that.
Ain't it? It's crazy. It's so crazy how the game translates to life. I mean, I played to a high school level, and it translated to my life. And I was like, people were like, "Wow, you're so great of a leader, so considerate." And I was, you know, it's basketball, and I always would say, "My head's on the swivel. Yeah. I'm always looking this way, looking this way." Absolutely. Oh, is Mary good? Oh, Jeff's over there. He good. Is John good? Okay, bet. Cool. All right, come this way. Come on, let's do this. I need you right. And people were like, "What? What? You play sports?" A lot of them would. Yeah, I'm a hooper. They would know
because you care.
Cared.
Yeah.
Care. My cousin Tyler, he the scorer. He gonna get buckets. All right, here you go. Dez, you play the best defense. You got the most grit. All right, bet. I'm right here. You know, it's just so beautiful how the game translates to other things in life.
Absolutely.
At all levels.
Oh, yeah.
So that's so cool to hear that. That just reaffirms for me just, hey, if you're not in the league, if you're not making it there, still participating in sports will translate to life.
Even in business, when I got my barbershop, I always, you know, talked with my employees who work with me. I never want anybody to work for me.
Ooh.
I always got them out the way.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to work with me,
yeah.
Then we gonna work out real well. We have a long business life.
Yes.
And that's what I learned about sports, and particularly being a point guard.
Right.
Is always, you know, get people involved first. You know, you have the ball in your hand so much, you can always go for yours.
Absolutely.
But make other people look good and feel good. They got parents too. They got sisters and brothers too. They want them to get their money too. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so,
I gotta shake your hand on that one. That's real talk. That's real talk.
Yeah.
Running this business, this podcast. It's the same. You know, I look at Joe. Kevin's not here right now. My mother, Bailey, who was here earlier, and you're right. It's hey, make sure they're known. Make sure we know Dez is right here. Dez is here, but Dez can't do this without Joe doing that. By
yourself. Sorry.
No.
and then when you don't try to, that's what makes it real smooth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The people who work with you, they're gonna go over and beyond because they know that you're not trying to
just
me. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, T. Thank you. That's real talk.
Absolutely.
Being an only child, I was stubborn. I was like, I got this. Not even for the recognition, but I got this.
Yeah.
Man, I started being like, bro, you don't. God was like, look, man, I'm going to give you some soldiers that are going to help you. You are you. No one can be Desmond.
No.
Man, Joe comes in.
Yeah.
Can we have you scoot over to your left a little? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, just the mic there. Yeah, you know, no, Desmond's going to be Desmond. But I'm going to give you some soldiers. Here's Joe. Here's Kevin.
There you go.
Here's your mother, the queen. Boom.
There you go. See?
You know, I'm going to give you the pieces.
Yeah.
Now use them, man.
Yeah.
I need you to let go and let me. Yeah. Let God. It works.
God's always listening.
Man.
You know, so even though he knows what you're going to say before you say it.
Man.
Even though he knows what you're thinking before you think it.
That part.
But when you recognize him, because you know he's really jealous. God is jealous. He's a jealous man, right?
Yeah, right.
So, you know, when you recognize it and you say, man, thank God for my dad. Thank God for my mom. Thank God for Joe. Thank God for boom, boom, boom. He's hearing that and going, I'm going to keep on blessing Dad.
Yeah, I'm going to keep on.
Yeah.
He's taking care of my other kids.
Absolutely.
It's all working.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
It's facts.
Yep.
Major facts.
Yeah.
Man, T, that's real talk.
Yeah.
That's why it is what it is with the barbershop. That what made you prompt to do that? Because I know the career. I'm going to ask this tough question. I didn't know this till I started looking into you more. Your career ended early. 30, 31?
31, yes.
31.
Yes.
How'd you? I gotta ask how you navigate that, man. That dark spot. You're 31. You're young.
Yeah.
Career's done. All you knew was hooping.
I was hot.
Where
You know, good thing about it is that I started my business at 21.
Wow.
You know what I'm
With the
saying?
barbershop?
Yeah, I had the barbershop at
Oh
21.
wow. Okay.
And so I was already in the business. I had a retail store already. So I was already doing some business things already.
Got you. That
But
was
I
your
wa-
counter.
Yeah, that was
Like,
my counter.
okay.
But I was not expecting to retire at 31. I wanted to retire at 41. I wanted to go as many years as I could because you just can't get them years back.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And but having knee surgery, had 3 knee surgery on this one and the metal rod in this one. That's it.
Right.
God said, you got to move on.
You did your part.
But once I got the barbershop, that opened up a different door because I found out about the we part in business. Now it's helping individuals pay their rent. Now it's helping individuals pay insurance. Now it's dental. You start thinking about, the paycheck is not just a paycheck, but the paycheck is real. You know what I'm saying? And that's when, good thing I did it early at 21. So when I retired, even though it was devastating, at 31 years old, I'm in the prime of my career.
Right.
And, I got Coach Chauncey Billups. I'm mentoring him and grabbing him by the neck, and I'm trying to show him.
Yeah.
And I can't do it anymore. Well, when I came back home, the first year was like, it's like going through convulsions.
Wow.
I'm used to training, in August, and now I'm not running, and I don't have to go to, bed at a certain time, and my eating habits is the same, but I'm like this,
Right.
So I'm not leaving to go to training camp.
Yeah. October
I'm
comes
in Portland.
around. September comes
Yeah,
around.
training camp is going on. I'm watching TV. I'm like, you're supposed to be there, and you're 31 years old. So that year, I had to get my mind, my body right.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And once I got my body, my mind right, it's like, man, this is it.
This is it.
You got to, come to a conclusion. And then after that, I got myself together, and here I am at 54. I'm cool.
Chilling, smiling.
Yeah, still smiling. Yeah.
It's how much would you stress the mental game? So you got an athlete right now listening. They go through something like you did. How important is the mental game to take care of that? I mean, I can only imagine. Like you said, the career is done early. You like, like what's your biggest thing you would stress to an athlete that the sport might be ending for them?
Yeah. They had this song back in the day that say, you talk to yourself because you need someone to talk to.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes you just have to look in the mirror and just talk to yourself.
Absolutely.
And say, man, Desmond, Terrell, Keith, whoever you are, what's up?
What's up?
You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm going to go. There's some things that may not have went traditional like this player. Everybody can't go pro out of Georgetown like Allen Iverson. Some people have to take a different route. Some have to go overseas and come back. Some have to go to the G League and come in. But keep balling.
Absolutely.
Don't stop balling.
Absolutely.
Keep your passion. Keep your heart. Keep your passion about everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
Because if you do, and you're doing well, then people will eventually recognize you. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was my path. I just had to keep balling and stay positive and keep positive people around me too.
I was going to ask how important is environment. I was just telling our guest last night, my little sis, I call her. She's over at OSU. She got put on with the Beavers, and how important is environment? Keeping how that I think it's crucial personally.
Yeah, because you have some friends or associates that is not interested in your passion. So they may be like, man, go on with that.
Most def.
And then you have some who may be like, that's cool. So the ones that are, you just keep a friendship.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't take literally what they're saying to make you feel down. You know what I'm saying? Because their passion's not like yours.
You need the ones that lift you up.
You're the ones that lift you up.
Speak life into you.
There's young ladies who like to do hair, right? Who want to go to a beautician, right? Well, there's some who don't care about that.
Right.
So the ones that don't disrespect her, you know what I'm saying, and say you can't be a beautician, you can't own your own salon. What you do is say, man, go on, girl.
Go on. Go
do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's the people who you hang around too. For sure. Is very important.
That's something I really start taking more serious. It's, it was for me the ones, that the blessing was I had a select few that would tell me what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I wanted to hear, what I needed to. Hey, you
go.
slipping right here. Hey, this right here. Hey, that right there. Sometimes, you know, as a young man and a man, you try to get a little prideful.
Yeah.
But then you're like, nah, bro, they speaking from the heart.
Yep.
And I had to sit myself down and be like, you need to realize who's trying to lift you up.
Yeah.
Who's trying to say, hey, I want the best for you through their actions and through their words.
Yeah.
And then for me, I had ones that didn't say much. And I'm not saying I need someone to come do this and this for me. But I'm like, look, this dude over here every day. Hey, man, come on, let's get it. Come on, let's do this. There's you the motivator. Why ain't you say this today?
Yeah.
And it's huge, man.
It's a tough love that we get from our mom and our dad. And then if you take that, then your friends, their tough love should be easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna get on me harder than my dad and my mama.
Man, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
At least my dad.
Yeah, you know, I don't care what you do. You be like, all right, boy, we'll keep on doing it, or keep inspiring to be like this, and never be satisfied. And, you're doing good, but you need that little jolt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that dog in him.
Yeah, or you get complacent and like, oh, I made it. This podcast is the best, and boom, boom, boom. And so, no, you're like, okay, the podcast is going great, but keep going.
Yeah, what's tomorrow? What
Yeah.
can we do?
What's your next content?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's huge. No, I do know. That's huge. Because, your actions show. You could have been like, hey, I made it to the league. I'm good. Nah, I want to be all-star.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to go this way. I want to go that way. There's levels to this game.
Yeah.
But with new levels, I always say new devils too.
I mean, that's absolutely.
So
but it's good to transform yourself. Like right now, I'm transforming my life. I got my own podcast, Life After Basketball with Terrell Brandon.
Oh,
so now,
shout that out right there.
So now I'm transferring my life to a whole different level of being in your position. And I'm used to being in this position. So it's a trip. Like even right now, that I'm used to being over there.
Yes.
And now I'm back over here.
Man.
So I understand both sides.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to be in your position soon. We've been talking. We need to get dads in someone else's chair.
That's right.
That's right, though. It's coming. It's coming.
Absolutely.
It's just, Oregon, we don't got too many podcasts.
I've already shared it with you. You're going to be mine.
Man, I'm coming up. I'm going to Portland.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready to be right there.
All right. See what I'm saying? It's a different level. That's preparation. This is kind of a reciprocation. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of reacting and reflecting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. And that's what I'm trying to transform my life.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad we're helping. It seems like we helping with that. So,
Thank you. Absolutely.
And as I say, TB, it's a safe space in here. So we talk about any and everything. We put all things out here. So
absolutely,
it's always a safe space. I keep that out here, right? I always say it. Even when the cameras aren't going, the lights are off, we talk about everything.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Man.
That's what's up. You can't help it. It's in your blood, man.
Man, jumping back real quick here, I was going to ask for your for back in the league, when you knew injuries were coming, how important was it to maintenance your body? Like to take care of it, to eat right, to stretch, to do all the necessaries if you had injuries arising each time.
Yeah, yoga was
what?
It's always been
the yoga.
Yeah, yoga's always been. It's just stretching and meditation.
Most definitely.
They didn't call it yoga.
Okay.
When we were growing up, they just called it stretching. You know what I'm saying? But when you stretch, you're supposed to take your time.
Yes.
Stretching is not hurry up. But it's about keeping it there and not bouncing. You know what I'm saying? But keep it there and allow your hamstrings or whatever you're stretching, to come into fruition. So that was something I've always been into. Is even today you see me going like this.
Yeah, you're doing some little.
It's just out of habit.
Good.
Going like this and all the time. It's just something that we always did and always did.
Yeah, that maintenance is key. I learned that the hard way. I had some just little injuries. I was like, "Ooh, I need to stretch."
Yeah. And then you should drink a gallon of water a day.
Drink a gallon of water. Yep.
Yeah.
Clean out all the.
It's really not that hard. If you drink a glass of water, as soon as you get up till you go to sleep.
Sure, you got me grabbing mine.
Oh yeah.
Sure, come on,
people out there.
We got.
But if you drink a glass of water every hour that you're up, just a glass. You will get to that gallon
by the end of the day.
By the end of the day. Because you're up 9, 10, 11, 12 hours or whatever it is. And I'm not talking about just guzzling it. I'm just talking about just leisurely, just do it every hour.
So
You
important.
know, it's very easy.
I'm better. Are you better with a glass or like a big bottle? I need a bottle. I need a big bottle, and I'm just like, okay, this is the goal. Knock it out. Some people like a glass. They just take a glass.
Yeah, I can just take a glass like I have now and just leisurely do it, but I'm gonna do it all day long.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, that's important, man.
Yeah. So stretching and all those things, is very, very important. Your mental part,
man,
is great. I mean, go into a closet, turn the lights off, and just sit there. And you will find out that that's some of the most peaceful position to ever be, to just sit there and try to have your mind just think about nothing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And just relax and compose yourself and, like they say, woosah a little bit.
It's so true. So meditation, I tell you, I took that up probably when COVID started, so about 2020, 21. Just sit still. You're so right about that, mate.
Yeah.
And I knew it was going to be good for me because it was hard for me to do. It was just out of my routine. I was like, I'm just got to sit still.
Yeah.
Then I was like, dang, bro, sitting still is hard for you. I said, I got to get better at this. Oh, man, 15 minutes, 20 minutes go by. An hour go by sometimes. Rarely, I admit it. But it's like, man, I feel like a whole new person. I feel just rejuvenated.
Yeah. Sometimes people's attention span is kind of short. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And so, you always know this person's attention span if you can watch a TV and they can't watch the whole thing without saying something.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that's what stretching really is about. It's about, technique. It's about being quiet. It's about, getting yourself together.
In control.
So, in control, But once you get through, you can walk out of, a stretching exercise or, however you do it.
Right.
And you just feel so much better about yourself.
Facts, major facts. The mental. And T, I have to circle back. Actually, I was thinking, I had a question on the business thing.
Of course.
How was your money management? You in the league making league money? After the league, how important, how was your money management? How important was that for you to know money management at a young age and then when you were out of the league?
Yeah, it's very important because when you sign for $1 million, in your mind, you think you get $1 million. And then all of a sudden you find out that thing, I don't know if it's Mr. or Mrs., but I know it's called taxes. So I don't know if it's Mrs. Taxes or Mr. Taxes. So that $1 million that sounds so big, all of a sudden it goes to $480,000. So all of a sudden you go like, oh, okay, well, $480,000, if you're making $50,000, $60,000 a year, $480,000 sound great. So I'm like, okay, $480,000. Okay, well, wait a minute. We have 41 road games, and at the time, Orlando wasn't in the league. So other than Portland, you got to pay 40 taxes on the road.
Dang.
So I'm like, what? So the 40/80 go from 380.
Oh, snaps.
Yeah, and then you have agent fees because your agent's the one who negotiates your contract.
Right.
Well, you got to give him 3, 4, 5%. Okay, so now that million go from million, 480, 380 to 280. So now this year you're making 208,000. Okay, remember you got a mama and daddy. You want to do something for them. So all of a sudden you do that, and now you have whatever you have left. Well, you haven't got you a place to stay. You haven't got any furniture. You got to get some towels. You got to get some TVs. You got to get some furniture. You got to do all these things. And all of a sudden now it goes down and you go, oh, man.
Wow.
This has to last for the whole year.
Sheesh.
See what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
So
chopping it. It's
And so we wasn't getting, 50 million a year like, these guys now, which is great. I'm happy for them.
Absolutely.
So, 91, $1 million was like $1 million, but it wasn't $1 million.
It wasn't $1 million.
You know what I'm saying? So, even my payday wasn't like what they got now. So you have to really, you have to strategize stuff. And now I haven't played in 22 years. So now, like I said, I got to reinvent myself.
Absolutely.
Because I don't have that income coming in 20-some years.
Right. Well, you made that move and had the barbershop going.
Yeah,
had the barbershop.
And now I want to say this, the last 10 years, now it's a school.
Oh.
So it's called Multitudes of Mercies. Wow. And it's from the 1st grade to the 5th grade.
There you go.
So it's a private school, and we have 22 students.
Wow.
And it's beautiful.
How's that feel?
Beautiful.
Just
to see young people come up, and now some of them are in high school and tall. And so it's like, man, a girl, come down here, give me a hug. You know, kids are growing, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
But you see that evolution and be able to educate young men, young women.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
So there's, man, I think that's when I feel the fullest giving back. When I'm the fullest and my cup is full, giving back.
Good,
It's
there
so
you
cool
go.
to hear that. Just that's that, and that's the point of this podcast. Like, you can give back, you can help one another, and that's what I mean. It's like, look, we might be on camera doing this, we might be recording, lights on, but we still right here.
Absolutely.
We two men talking,
Believe it.
sharing experiences, and we just hope and pray someone takes something away from
better
this.
believe it.
And that's what the giving back is, the biggest thing for me.
Yes.
I've had people come up, thank you. That guest you had on, thank you. They spoke to me. I'm like, man, that's what I want. That's
Yeah.
the goal right there.
Yeah, and you never know who's watching.
Man.
And that's what's so cool about podcasts, about life too. I know you've been in traffic and you see somebody looking and they say, man, I saw you at the so-and-so. You're like, when? Like, man, it was about 3 or 4 months ago, but I saw you, you didn't see me.
Man,
but
that part.
But you was nice to somebody else. It wasn't me, but
Right.
you was nice to somebody else.
Exactly.
And I appreciate you being nice to somebody else.
And
That's
man,
what's up.
energy is so contagious. It's so contagious like that. And people, it's what they say. They said people always remember how you made them feel.
That's right.
Always remember.
And if you ever want your dad, your mom to cry, keep being the person that you are.
Yes, sir.
Those are the things that make parents emotional.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing they kids, you know, when you steal something in them and they're carrying it out, not because they're trying to impress me,
Right.
but this is how they are through the teaching. See what
yes.
I'm saying? That's what make us parents proud of people like yourself, man.
Thank you.
So you keep it up and you keep making your dad and your mom proud.
Man, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. You
Yeah.
know, I give it all I got. You know, it's just those reminders in life to be like, hey, man, people watching you.
Yeah.
You know, don't disrespect them by being lazy. Don't disrespect them by being rude.
There you go.
Be the best you.
Man,
That's-
my Bishop Errol Hopkins Sr. has this saying in Portland, much respect to you. He says, nice to be nice.
Nice to be nice.
Yeah, that's one of his sayings.
That part
And I
right
always
there.
remember that as a kid. He said that.
Man, so true. And it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Absolutely. it's free.
$3.99.
Yeah. You ain't gotta pay for that.
$3.99. Like we good right there.
That's right.
We good.
That's right.
Speaking of being nice, T, I saw something come up. Adversity came in life. Someone tried to extort you.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know him?
Of him.
Of him.
Yeah. Didn't know him, no.
How you respond? How you deal with that? Like, if someone tried to extort me, I'd be like, what?
When I got the call, and you know it's not a joke, it's not the movies, it's real. And you go through this anxiety. You know, your heart is beating crazy. And so when I got the call and saw the letter, you know, first thing is, you know, protection. I got to protect my parents. I got to protect my sister, my brother-in-law, my nieces, my sons.
Where
You know,
what team were you on by then?
I was retired.
Oh, you was done.
Yeah, I was retired.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was on vacation, just chilling out. And my mom called me and told me that it came in the mail.
Man.
And so I rushed home the next day and saw it. And, you know, it was devastating, you know. But coming from the neighborhood, you know, I had to think about what I wanted to do. You know, I'm not going to give you the money, of course.
Right.
But I set them up.
Dang. What was the plan? How?
I knew that I was being watched by him and other people, obviously, coming from the neighborhood. And he told me to put the money at a certain time in front of my house.
Damn.
And so what I did was I sliced up some newspapers and put it in a bag and put it in there,
Ooh, you got him with the cheese.
you know. So when they came and got it, you know, I ended up catching them. But what's the trip is, how God worked is, what I would have done, I probably wouldn't be talking to you now.
Absolutely.
But the police was down the street
Wow.
who had got contact of this and end up swooping in and eliminating what I wanted to do.
Hey, we're human.
You know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
it. I've
And
been
so,
there.
Yeah. So,
Been there in my own right.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yes. So in retrospect, I'm glad that the Lord came in
Absolutely.
and took care of that instead of me taking care of it the neighborhood way, which is I'm not calling the police, I'm not calling this person, I'll take care of it myself.
Shoot.
You know, and so I'm glad that it happened that way. But it's still devastating. It's still it's not embarrassing to talk about.
No.
Because I'm not the only person that ever happened to.
Yeah, I heard it happened to others. He did it
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's crazy,
So
man.
I can encourage people that, you know, keep a level head, you know, and think about, you know, things before you do it.
Oh, man.
Or, you know, because it could have went the other way as well.
For real. What they say, eye for eye, make the world go
You
blind.
better believe it.
But I be dying because Shannon Sharp, he said, I ain't in the Bible. I ain't shoot, I'm going to handle it. I ain't in it.
And you don't know what you're going to do unless it happens to you.
That part.
It's a trip.
T.
It's really an emotional roller coaster that you know, it's not a mind game, but your mind be playing kind of tricks on you. It's like,
Right.
you know, should I do this? No. And,
No.
You know, I don't want to take everything that, you know, I worked for and just throw it away.
Most
But
definitely.
At the same time, I'm not going to have you disrespect my last name. So, you know, you in that kind of crazy predicament. I'll put it like that.
I was in the water with you at one point in my life.
Wow.
And mine was more split second. And yeah, looking back, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, mine was more, it could have been worse. God stopped it at the level to check me.
Wow.
Like, hey, this it right here. I'm gonna rough you up a little just so you know. And I'm
Yes.
grateful for the experience. I ain't
Yes.
gonna lie. You know, experience is life's best teacher.
Yes.
So
Better believe it.
that part.
Yes.
And I was like, man, I got a little shooken up. I was like, man.
Yeah.
But you know, it played out how it had to.
See what I'm saying?
That's what's huge. That's crazy to hear though.
Yeah,
You got him with
yeah.
the rat and cheese.
Oh man, and it's a trip because you know, in the movie says cut, you know, but when in real life there is no cut.
There is no cut.
You know what I'm saying?
It keep rolling.
You keep rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And it's emotional and it's late at night in the morning. So you know, so it felt like a movie, but it wasn't.
Man, that's crazy.
So it was very
I'm glad it played out how it did. 'Cause,
Yeah.
dude, man, I don't blame you.
very-
I'd be like,
very stressful. Very
my
stressful.
hard-earned man.
Yeah.
I earned this money. I worked for it.
Yeah,
Shoot.
yeah. Why you want to take from a homeboy? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
You know, it's like that. Yeah.
That's man. Shout out to that. It's I think yet again life best teacher, and for you to be able to share that in this safe space and be like, hey, look, this what it is.
Yep.
Because so many young brothers and sisters, they were so quick to react. We get in our emotions, we get in our things, and
Heck
it's
yeah.
like, hey, let's think about everybody around us.
Yeah.
Think about ourselves and how much our family needs us. Shoot.
I mean, imagine there's somebody write you a letter and they have your mom and dad's house outlined it.
Oh my gosh.
This is the front door, and this is where I want, and this is the type of car that your parents drive, and this is their schedule. They're mapping out exactly your whole life, right on a piece of paper. Like, how do you know this unless you're watching? You know, and you gotta sit there and look at this. And then remember, I got my dad, my mom, my sister,
Right.
and looking at me going, and I have to sit there and go, all right, let me handle it. And my dad's like,
Man.
I know how you gonna handle it. Now remember, my dad is saved, said my friend the Holy Ghost. My mom is too. My sister is too. So you know what I'm saying? You know, they in the church. You know, and I'm like, you know, I'm not the outlaw, but I'm just, you know, I ain't roll like that.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
it.
this is Malcolm X by any means necessary right here. You know, but God ended up turning that around of what I wanted to do and was attempting to do,
Right.
and said, no, you got a life to live, man.
Absolutely.
You know, you're not gonna spoil this just because you down. And we already know that you love your family. But
right, yeah.
we gonna bring the police in here to deflect some things,
Got it.
so you won't have to take the X, Y, Z, and 1, 2, 3.
Talk about whoo.
Yeah.
That could have went this way.
Trust
It
me.
went that way.
Trust me.
That part.
Yes.
That part.
So
man.
it was a blessing. I'm glad I'm still here.
Absolute. Well, T, I mean, we get into the wrap up. You got any last things you want to say? Any last questions? Any last comments?
Man, I'm just happy to be a duck, man. I'm always proud to be a duck, man. I'm always, representing and, just be here in Eugene.
Absolutely.
And to see the difference between your dad and I, when we was in the locker room, we had to hit the top of the music to make it play.
Oh, you had to hit it?
Yeah, you had to hit it on the top because
Why you gotta hit it?
We was on cassette tapes, man, and it wasn't working good.
So you're saying I could touch this and hit play?
So
You
your dad
had to.
6'6", so he could just go like this. But I had to get on the chair and do it. You know what I'm saying? So to see the difference between what we went through and now, and we was at an electric station. You know, doing
dang, I haven't heard that
pregame.
name.
You know, Alberto Salazar owned it.
Oh, wow.
And go from that to where they at now with the streamings that they have.
Right.
You know, sometimes you go, man, dang. But at the same time, you're like, you know what?
It made you who you is.
I'm glad that we went through, you mean your dad went through what we went through.
Absolutely.
So we can tell the next generation, like, man, y'all got it going on. You know, we're not jealous, but y'all got it going on.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And T, I got to let you know this, even on the pod, and so the audience knows. I want to have you back, but with Pops.
Oh,
because I was going to dive into more college stuff.
Absolutely.
But I go, you know what? There's going to be a moment. Pops is going to be here too, and then we're going to have both of y'all conversating. So we're going to save that one. We're going to save that.
I would love it, man. We got more stories than the mother.
Hey, it got to be nighttime though, because we're going to throw a couple back. It got to be nighttime. So you know.
Played my fifth.
That's a deal. That's a deal.
Okay, that's a deal. Yeah, I was
Absolutely.
going to do more college talk, but I was like, you know what? Let me tag him in real quick.
Oh,
I'm going to tag him.
See, your dad and I'll save some of it, but I got to say
No, you leave a little teaser. Go ahead.
When he signed out of Southern Idaho, he signed with us. We were roommates. But because he from here, I only saw him like once a month. He never came because he know he's at the house. You know what I'm saying?
So he would
come. Yeah, he would come every once in a while, open the door. I'd be like, "What's up, man?" He'd lay on the bed. We'll talk for an hour. He's like, "All right, man, I'm gone, man."
Would he leave a Jerry curl stain on the
Of course.
Coming to America
Of
stain?
Of course.
Oh my
of
gosh,
course. Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
The memories,
Oh,
man. Yeah, we gonna bring that back.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want us to come up your way, or you come here.
Whatever
man.
you want to do, man.
We gotta get a couple drinks with that one, because I
man.
know.
He's not just Keith Reynolds, man, but he's a great Keith Reynolds.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's an honor to have him as my father. I couldn't have it any other way.
There you go.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
huge, man. It's
Absolutely.
huge. You know, and I gotta thank you. Sharing these stories, sharing everything you've done, you accomplished. You experience things that people can never take away from you. And it's a blessing. I mean, we got to think, God, millions of people want to be in the league.
Yeah.
And you got to be one in millions, maybe even billions at this point.
Yeah.
And you got to do that, man.
Absolutely. And it happened right here in Eugene. This is where I became a man.
Man.
Right here in Eugene, Oregon. And
Loyal to the soil.
yes, I am. Yes.
Man.
Yes.
From the concrete.
I appreciate playing under the bridge.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, that's right.
That's right. I'm an original, trust me.
OG with it, man.
Yeah.
But no, thank you. There's this word I use, osmosis, and being around greatness or people who experience greatness. And I thank you, because you coming on to this podcast reignites us. It helps us to say, hey, keep going, keep doing it. Because we know right here. We don't even think it. We know it right here. It's, we on the great things.
Man, just for you even reaching out to me,
Absolutely.
to even want me on here, man, I appreciate it, man. I'm thankful, man. And I don't take this for granted, and I wouldn't be here if I did.
Absolutely.
I'm thankful. And let me, before we leave, let you know that your dad is the one who taught me how to roll a stick shift.
What?
Yeah.
I still don't know how to do a stick
Man,
shift.
Your uncle Pat had this Pinto.
Oh my
God. It was great, and he had the boom box. It was loud as heck. And so I didn't know how to roll a stick shift.
Oh, you was hurt.
So your dad was like, man, get over here. And so he taught me how to roll a stick shift.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He didn't teach me. He said, hey, bro, you got automatics now.
It was cool until you get to a hill. And it was like, and I was like, and Keith was like, man, get off of it. Get off of it.
Would you roll back on the hill?
Yeah, I was rolling back, man. Absolutely. But yep, your dad's the one who told me about the roll stick shit.
That's amazing.
That's right.
That's amazing.
That's right. That's right. So I got more stories. I'll go ahead and save them.
Yeah. We saved those
save
ones for
them.
that one. We had to talk the league stories and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick, favorite arena you like to play in? What was your favorite arena in the league?
I have to be biased, man.
Portland.
Memorial Coliseum. See, when we was growing up, we called it the Glass Palace.
Oh,
Okay, so if you go to Portland and you see Memorial Coliseum next to the Rose Garden, it's all glass.
oh, word.
And so we call it the Glass Palace. 'Cause
Gotcha.
it's like a palace.
Gotcha.
And they had we grew up in the Portland Winterhawks hockey. So they would have the ice underneath, and then they would have the court like this on top.
Got it.
And so there was dead spots. You know, ask your dad about that because you know he know about that playing in the championship. You know, in the state tournament. But they had dead spots. And so you had to know where the dead spots was, and you wouldn't dribble over there. You know, if the dead spot in the corner, you wouldn't dribble over there.
Dang.
But I mean, being from Portland and having over half of the arena who've been watching me from Knott Street, Matt Dishman Community Center, Grant High School, University of Oregon, all the way to the league. I mean,
Hometown hero.
man, that's the only time on the road that you get cheers.
Man.
When I came home.
right.
Yeah.
Do you think you have one of your most memorable plays in Portland? You got a play in Portland or in the game that's like, that's my moment right there. That's my memorable.
Mark Price was out with an injury still, so I started in Portland. And my first 2 points was on Kevin Duckworth.
Oh,
Rest in peace.
Rest
And
in peace.
I have a picture of it, and he had me right here. And I went to the hole and ended up floating over Terry Porter, over him and Terry Porter.
Over
made
TP.
It.
Oh,
And so that's my first memorable moment in Memorial Coliseum.
That's amazing.
As a pro.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Real quick too, I gotta ask: when you got traded the first time, how did it feel?
Devastating.
Really?
You're asking yourself, what did I do? You know, I'm in Cleveland for 6 years.
Okay.
That's a long time being in the franchise, starting a career off and then not getting traded. And so when I got the call from Mr. Wayne Emery and Coach Mike Fratello and Mr. Gordon Gunn, who was the owner at the time, I said, they said, well, it's been a trade. And I was like, okay, where am I going? And they said, you're going to the Milwaukee Bucks. I was like, wow. I said, who am I getting traded for? And it was Tyrone Hill and I got traded to Milwaukee. Vin Baker and Sherman Douglas got traded to Seattle Supersonics.
Okay.
And I was like, all-star. You know, I'm all-star. Vin Baker's all-star. But when I heard Sean Kemp, I was like, yes. I got traded for a superstar, you know. I was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? Because Sean Kemp was the man in Seattle with GP at the time.
Hit him with the point.
Yeah. So when I heard that, it made it a little bit easier.
Gotcha.
But, you know, the question is, you know, did I do anything wrong? Did you hear anything off the court that I did? And they was like, no, Terrell, it's his business. You know, like my mom said, the NBA stands for National Business Association. So you got to be prepared for stuff like that. You
Absolutely.
know? And then the move is a trip. Because you just have to.
I was going to ask you, what about all your stuff and everything?
You go to Milwaukee, take a physical, pick a number, do a press conference, and then I had 2 weeks.
You don't hire nobody? You didn't hire?
No.
Like, hey, here's some bread.
So I'm like, Mama, I need you to come to Cleveland for me. You know what I'm saying? And I got, you know, you go to Milwaukee and you in the hotel. Because, you know, you don't know where you're going and, you know, where to live. And so you start asking questions. So,
Was it mid-season?
No, it was right before training camp.
Oh, okay. Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
Still, though.
Yeah.
Still.
So I got to go to the realtor office and tell them, you know, where am I paid at this time, and let me pay another month, and then I'm closing up. I got traded. And they go and got traded. You play sports? I'm like, yeah, I play basketball. And it was like, oh, we didn't never know.
I'm
you know
5'10", 5'11".
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
You know?
So I ain't got to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? They're like,
Yeah.
They're like, okay, and then you got to find another place, and then you know you call Mayflower and have them get all your stuff and drive it to Milwaukee and start all over again.
Dang.
And that's how it go.
Dang, man.
During this time, I got Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson that I got to find out about their game.
Yeah, you the point guard. You
I'm a
got to
point
figure out.
guard.
Oh, you did play with Ray.
Absolutely. Play with
Man,
Jesus. Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yeah.
Was that cool to see him and KG team up? Were you like, oh, him and him?
Absolutely.
Boston.
I'm like, man, I played with 2 Hall of Famers. At that time, Chauncey Bills is a Hall of Famer now.
Oh, yeah.
But at that time, I was like, man, the opportunity to play for 2 Hall of Famers.
That's cool.
You know, we was in practice, man. And I'm looking, I'm like, and we had like a little dead ball. I said, hey, y'all, that dude up there, man, look like Johnny Cochran. And all my teammates started busting up laughing. After practice, Johnny Cochran walked down in our practice. I said, I told y'all. And he going, what's up, man? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? He says, TB. And I go,
Me?
you know me? He was like, Portland. You know, I'm in LA. I mean, he was like offended, like, like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, hey, Mr. Cochran, how you doing? He's like, man, call me Johnny. So we like, what you doing here? And we go into a locker room, and he got a script like this. And Ray going, so we're like, Ray, what's going on? I call him Sugar Ray because he like Sugar Ray Leonard. I said, Sugar Ray, what's going on? He said, T, gonna be in this movie with Denzel Washington.
Oh,
and we all bust up laughing. Like, man, you ain't finna be in no movie.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, come on,
Denzel
bro.
Washington.
Sit your head down.
Man, go on with that.
Yeah, go work on the jump shot.
2 weeks later, I'm playing against my baby, Damon Stoudemire, and we in Toronto. After the game, we end up winning, and the opposing announcer, they don't interview unless you win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Ray and I, we end up having a decent game, and we end up doing the interview. As we go into the locker room, Denzel Washington is sitting in our locker room,
What?
chilling out.
What?
Like, what's up, TB? I'm like, what? But him and Ray they was getting a chance to know each other.
Absolutely.
And end up doing He Got Game.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
So I'm full of stories, man.
Yeah, I know. Yes, you is.
That's why I got to come back.
Yeah, we're going to have you come back on it.
All right.
But hey, T, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Of course,
man. Appreciate you. And we see you soon. Sooner
Absolutely.
than later,
I
for
hope
sure.
So. I hope so.
All right, man.
Thank
Love
you.
you, man.
Love you
Always.
too.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for
we're
having me. Appreciate it.
That is it. We did it. Terrell Brandon here on here. Great stories, great conversations. My athletes definitely tap in and listen to this one. We talking about all kinds of hard times, experiences, everything, man. So many gems you can take from this. And, we honored. Thank you for stopping by, having a conversation again, TB. Absolutely. Honestly, it's good to come in this safe space and have this convo. So, world, much love to y'all. Bless up. And we good today. We out.
Go on, dude.
Hey.
Go on, dude.
It's when we get to like 7 or 10. I'm like, damn. Yeah. We got this.
Here, man.
I'm holding on tight.